Welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha, a podcast shared by David Roylance. This podcast is dedicated to guiding you to completely eliminate the discontent mind and the suffering it causes by attaining enlightenment. Learn and practice the teachings of Gotama Buddha that will guide you to fully attain a peaceful, calm, serene, and content mind with joy. To support this podcast, visit patreon.com/support Buddha or visit buddhadailywisdom.com, where you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online learning resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Now, here's our teacher to share more.
Developing a Life Practice, the Path That Leads to Nibbana, From Darkness to Light. Edition 7, authored by David Roylance, narrated by David Roylance. The author is donating 100% of all his proceeds from this book to charitable work to share the teachings of Gotama Buddha. You are welcome to freely distribute this book. Please consider providing a donation to support the continued sharing of these teachings. Donations for learning. Learn the teachings of Gotama Buddha that lead to a stable, calm, and peaceful mind. A more peaceful and loving world where all beings have care and compassion for each other. By supporting this learning opportunity, you will learn how to progress along the path to Nibbana and help offer these teachings to others through the online and in-person learning. Through these teachings, the world will become a kinder, more peaceful, and loving society. Consider contributing $5, $10, $15, or any amount you wish to help us continue to offer these teachings to you and others around the world. You can make a donation for the development and creation of these teachings to help you and others using these links. Patreon.com/support Buddha, paypal.me/support Buddha 999. Additional learning. Visit buddhadailywisdom.com, where you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online learning resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Preface. Gotama Buddha's teachings are a life practice. This book is dedicated to you and the complete elimination, destruction, and cessation of suffering or discontentedness of the mind. Thus, this book is dedicated to the elimination of discontentedness and the suffering that it causes in the entire world. The teachings in this book, with some effort on your part, will lead you to everlasting peace, a peaceful mind, and a peaceful life. It's your personal choices that will bring you these results, with these teachings serving as a guide. We are all walking towards the darkness or towards the light. Which direction you walk is completely your choice. This book and teachings are meant to be a primer to help you establish a framework of understanding to ultimately learn, reflect, practice, and attain the results of Gotama Buddha's teachings. You will need teachers and guides along the way. There is more information on teachers and guides later in the book. You will need to establish a consistent daily meditation practice to make progress on this path. Without a regular meditation practice, you will find it very difficult to make progress on this path and in daily life. Please see the chapter, Meditation, Developing Your Practice, to establish a daily practice. You may wisely choose to see that chapter first so that you can develop a meditation practice that supports you through learning and implementing the teachings in this book along this path. Gotama Buddha's teachings are not based on belief. His teachings are meant to be practiced so that you can independently observe the truth to acquire wisdom. When you learn these teachings and then practice them, you will obtain wisdom. You will see the truth for yourself without needing to have belief. In this way, you will liberate the mind with teachings that allow you to acquire wisdom, the same wisdom that Gotama Buddha understood during his lifetime that leads to Nibbana and enlightenment. The newly acquired wisdom will gradually change how you view the world through the mind and how you interact in the world. It is important that you do not believe anything in this book, and that instead you practice these teachings to determine the truth for yourself with the guidance of teachers. The mind will not be liberated through belief, but instead, the mind will be liberated through observing the truth in these teachings to acquire wisdom. The wisdom that you acquire will allow you to function in life through the truths that you discover in a dedicated and well-developed practice of these teachings. Today, many people consider Gotama Buddha's teachings a religion, when, in fact, his teachings are not a religion. Gotama Buddha was not attempting to create a religion with rites and rituals. His original teachings do not include any rites or rituals. Gotama Buddha offered a better way to peacefully coexist with ourselves and others through training the mind. His teachings, when learned and practiced, will teach you how to peacefully coexist with yourself and others through understanding the natural laws of existence. You will eliminate 100% of the discontentedness of the mind. The mind is not the brain. The brain is not the mind. The brain is the organ that controls the functions of the body. The mind is not tangible as it is not physical in nature. The mind is our consciousness where all intentions of our speech and actions originate, along with our thoughts, ideas, perceptions, feelings, and emotions arise, are experienced, and then cease to exist. The problem that Gotama Buddha discovered and then taught was to help people eliminate the constant craving and desire of the mind. The problem with the human mind is our constant cravings and attachments, also known as desires. Craving, desire, or attachment is a mental longing for something with a strong eagerness. Gotama Buddha's teachings help us to train the mind to eliminate our cravings, desires, and attachments, reaching complete inner peace. Because of the mind's longing for something with a strong eagerness, i.e., craving, desire, attachment, the mind becomes discontent with feelings of sadness, anger, frustration, irritation, annoyance, dislike, boredom, loneliness, shyness, guilt, shame, fear, and many other feelings. Discontentedness plagues the human mind, and most people do not realize these feelings can be 100% eliminated from the human mind. Humans do not need to live with sadness, anger, guilt, shame, fear, etc. The mind can be trained to completely and entirely eliminate these discontent feelings. Because the vast majority of humans do not realize there is a problem, they also do not realize there is a solution. Learning and practicing Gotama Buddha's teachings leads to a peaceful, calm, serene, and content mind with joy, where one never experiences even the slightest feelings of sadness, anger, frustration, irritation, annoyance, dislike, boredom, loneliness, shyness, guilt, shame, fear, and many other discontent feelings. You may not have known prior to discovering this book that these feelings are a problem and you do not need to live with a discontent mind. But now you do know they are a problem. They can be eliminated, and there is a solution to completely and entirely eliminate discontentedness of mind. Now that you do know there is a problem and that there is a solution, what will you do? The goal of these teachings is to attain a higher consciousness or enlightenment known as Nibbana, where the mind resides permanently peaceful, calm, serene, and content with joy. Through these teachings and the help of teachers and guides, you can eliminate 100% of the discontent mind and the suffering it causes. To do this, you will need to establish a solid life practice. Meditation is the foundation of these practices, which trains the mind and enables the practice of these teachings in everyday life. It is important for you to find teachers and guides, as without them, one cannot attain Nibbana. You will not be able to attain Nibbana without having teachers and guides to assist you. You can find teachers to help you in the Facebook group mentioned at the end of this preface. Gotama Buddha's teachings are not a religion, but rather a life practice that guides one on a path to eliminate sadness, anger, loneliness, fears, depression, and anxiety, along with all other unwelcome feelings. Nibbana, enlightenment, and a higher consciousness is developing a mind that is peaceful, calm, serene, and content with joy. Practicing these teachings leads to a better way of life. This book is an offering with loving kindness and compassion to help all people. The goal of this book is to clarify Gotama Buddha's teachings in a way that, with the help of teachers and guides, you can attain Nibbana, thus realizing your own higher consciousness. You can attain Nibbana and enlightenment. In some sections, Gotama Buddha's words have been included in this book for your learning and reflection. His teachings are timeless and just as applicable today as they were over 2,500 years ago, when he first started to teach how to liberate the mind. The human mind has not changed in 2,500 years, and is why his teachings are just as applicable today as they were back then. Many practitioners will welcome a book like this, in which they can gain a deep understanding of Gotama Buddha's teachings. It will help them prepare for further studies and practice in the teachings of Master Teacher Gotama Buddha. As you need additional learning materials beyond this book, I highly recommend acquiring the book series Buddha Vajana, an anthology of Dhamma, revealing the hidden at bit.ly/Buddha-book-series. These books are a consolidated version of Gotama Buddha's teachings organized by topic area that will allow you to study Gotama Buddha's words in English as spoken directly from Gotama Buddha. These books can help you with further studies of the Dhamma, the teachings. Bhikkhu Bodhi and others have done an excellent job of translating teachings of Gotama Buddha into the English language. It is important to study and practice the teachings in this book prior to the study of other texts. This book will provide you a solid foundation for further studies. Many students choose to read this book multiple times to deepen their understanding and practice of these teachings. Oftentimes we look for ways to learn and study, but feel there is no time in our day to fit in something new. Gotama Buddha taught us that it's best to train the mind with gradual training. You could read this book for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, midday, or evening, and then do some meditation and finally enjoy a nice day or go to sleep. I have found this helps the mind to relax and rest, leading to a wonderful night's sleep, after which I awaken feeling refreshed, calm, and peaceful. This gives you time to understand the teachings, reflect on them, and put them into practice so that you can see the results of these life-changing teachings. The mind needs gradual training. Many students read just one chapter a week to provide them time to reflect and independently observe the teachings as truth. This also provides time to continue to develop a daily meditation practice. You will need to study and practice the teachings in order to obtain the wisdom and truth of the teachings. Through your practice of these teachings, you will gain the results of a more peaceful, calm, serene, and content mind with joy. Through the practice of these teachings, you will create a more peaceful, calm, and content life and coexistence with all other beings peacefully. There are opportunities for you to learn in various ways: online learning, classes in Chiang Mai, Thailand, retreats hosted in Thailand, classes hosted in your community, and group-led tours of Buddhist sites in Nepal, India, and Thailand. There is more information to help you learn about these options at the very end of this book, and contact information to help you facilitate in-depth, ongoing learning with the author of this book. I suggest that you read and reread this book several times as you learn, reflect, practice the teachings, and observe the results. As you progress through the book, learning and implementing the teachings, you will need continuous learning, growth, and support. This is not a book to read once and put down like a novel or storybook. This book will provide you with teachings that guide your life through the pursuit of Nibbana. As you read and reread these teachings, you will start implementing the various aspects of the teachings that will lead to acquiring wisdom. You will observe results as you learn, reflect, and practice the teachings to include meditation. The wisdom you acquire through practice of the teachings will lead to the liberation of the mind by wisdom. One aspect of these teachings that is very important is the following. We cannot change how everyone and everything in the world functions. We can change our own mind so that we do not react to situations and events, but rather we respond to the world around us. We can choose to be peaceful, kind, loving, and warm. We can choose to have wholesome interactions with all people. We can develop healthy qualities of the mind with loving kindness, compassion, generosity, along with other qualities that will produce a peaceful and content mind. It is possible, and you can start right here, right now. The physical body can take a massive amount of pain, suffering, and trauma. With the proper food and water, it can actually repair itself in a relatively short amount of time. The human mind is exactly the same. The human mind can take an enormous amount of pain, suffering, and trauma. With the proper teachings, teachers, dedication, and commitment, the mind can repair itself, but you need to pursue the learning and growth. The path to Nibbana, enlightenment, and a higher consciousness is to heal the mind in order to attain complete peace and serenity of mind. It is a permanent mental state that is unshakable. The teachings and teachers are available for you right here. You only need to provide the dedication and commitment to learning and practicing the teachings while seeking guidance from teachers. May you be peaceful. May you be well. May you be free of discontentedness and the suffering it causes. Enjoy the journey to a peaceful and content mind and a peaceful and content life. Note, keep in mind that the provided text that has been translated from Gotama Buddha's teachings from the Pali Canon in English, he referred to the audience as bhikkhus. These are the ordained practitioners of Gotama Buddha who are male. You can apply these teachings for your life as Gotama Buddha's teachings are meant for all people. Take a moment to join this Facebook group so that you will have support as you learn and practice these teachings. You can post questions for clarification and receive guidance from the author of this book, or you can private message the author of this book for personal guidance. Posting your questions for open discussion is great because then others can join the discussion and learn from your questions. Continue to listen and understand, developing a life practice, the path that leads to Nibbana, that has been laid out for all of us to achieve a better way of life. Find teachers or guides that will assist you without greed, hatred, delusion, or ego, and who are accepting of all beings. Anyone teaching with these qualities most likely understands Nibbana and its goals. You can connect to a group of people in a supportive environment for discussion, sharing, and learning through the Facebook group Daily Wisdom - Walking the Path with the Buddha, facebook.com/groups/Daily Wisdom 999. All members are accepted without judgment. It is a healthy place to talk, discuss, learn, and grow. There are resources to help you further on this path to Nibbana and enlightenment accessible online through a group learning program. Group learning program, live, interactive online classes, book, videos, podcast, and personal guidance are available for you. The end of each chapter will have learning resources for further exploration. You will be able to explore videos, podcasts, quizzes, etc. to deepen your learning of the content you read in each chapter. Please see the ebook for more details on these resources. As you have questions or need clarification on these teachings, you are welcome to post those into the Facebook group Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha, or contact the author privately for in-depth learning. Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha. Facebook.com/groups/Daily Wisdom 999.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. To provide support for this podcast, visit patreon.com/support Buddha. To access more teachings, visit buddhadailywisdom.com. There, you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Remember to establish a daily, consistent meditation practice, along with learning and practicing these teachings. A well-developed meditation practice is the foundation in which to train the mind to attain enlightenment.